Hey, this is Black Ops Zombies on Moon. So the map doesn't actually start on the moon, but it starts on Earth, and there's a teleporter. It takes you to the moon. The teleporter opens up after 30 seconds. So it actually starts before round 1, so kind of like round 0, and after the teleporter opens up, the zombies start running. So, and the hellhounds spawn also after 30 seconds after the teleporter opens. Also on Earth, it's just the one room, and it does come with the Pack-a-Punch right in the middle, right in the center, and also one of 2 perks will show up, and it's random between Juggernog and Speed Cola. One of those 2 perks will spawn, and it's completely random. And once you go on the teleporter, you will end up on the moon. And there is a way to get back to Earth, but you have to find the, you have to turn the power on, then you have to find the teleporter and use it.
Need some lubrication.
So with, when you're on Earth, you're not on a round, and the rounds don't go by, it's just time. You can get points though, so you can get points and the rounds don't go on. So it's very useful. It's kind of hard to survive. Once the zombies are running, you have to run circles. But you can do stuff like that. You can get Juggernog by round 1, right at the beginning, or Speed Cola depending on which one spawns. What I do when I play single player is just restart until it gets Juggernog.
Seriously?
You can also just rack up points and not bother getting the perks until you come back to Earth later on. But it's a very good strategy in single player to get Juggernog instantly. It's extremely helpful. And of course you get quick revive as well, because like always that it's in the spawn room. So this is the round 1 spawn room, I mean, on the moon. The map it's called Moon, and it does take place on the moon, but there is that one room where it's on Earth that you start in that you can go back to once in a while, where the rounds don't pass. So when you do go to the moon, you need to right away get the suit, the astronaut suit, because you will die. There's no oxygen on the moon, and it will kill you. So you need to have your helmet on.
No hugs, Buttercup.
And yeah, what I did on the Earth was just use all my ammo, shoot through zombies, and rack up points, throw the grenades. It is technically possible as well to Pack-a-Punch your starting pistol while you're on the Earth, but it's very difficult. You have to throw your grenades first, and then use all your ammo and get a bunch of kills with your knife. And it's difficult, and you also have to get lucky with the amount of zombies that spawn in the first 30 seconds when they're walking, and they're easy to kill. And after I think it's like every 30 seconds the zombies will get stronger. And so you have to act really fast to get as many kills as possible. But it's easy enough to get Juggernog, and I used the pistol ammo first, so that just because it's easier. And when you use your grenade and get a bunch of grenade kills, you'll also create a bunch of crawlers, and that makes it more difficult. And when you get more kills, more hellhounds will spawn the more kills you get, and that's the hardest part, because sometimes you die as you're teleporting to the moon, because all these dogs jump on you as you're standing on the teleporter waiting for it to activate. Even if you have Juggernog, they'll still kill you pretty quickly if there's 5 dogs, dogpiling you at once. So yeah, I like to use the pistol first, and then just use the grenade at the end for some points for damaging zombies. But yeah, it's very difficult to create crawlers and kill a bunch of them, and then have all these dogs on you. So anyway, this is the sort of typical of zombies, where you get the MPL, you get your quick revive at the beginning. This map it's kind of a circle, but then it goes on after you turn on power in just a straight line, kind of. But if you go the other way, there's two pathways to power, and one of them gives you get the PM63, the other you get the MPL. So I prefer going down this way and just getting lots and lots of points. Of course, you're gonna need a lot of points on this map anyway, especially on the moon. It's really helpful, and when you get all those points on Earth and get Juggernog instantly, it's really helpful here for your points, because you don't have to spend 2,500 points on your Juggernog on like round 5 or 6 or whatever, like on any other zombie map. When you're playing a multiplayer, of course, it's harder to do that strategy to get Juggernog instantly, because of course you can't restart, so you have to get lucky, and it's harder for more than one person to do the same train, run the same circle. So typically in multiplayer you would just go straight to the moon and then come back for your Juggernog as soon as possible.
I told you you're gonna die today. Let's butcher some meat. Hoorah! Not a chance.
And as well as being
Eat it and love it.
having no oxygen, having to use your mask, or else you'll die. Another thing about being on the moon is that
No hugs,
there's no
Buttercup.
gravity, of course. So you'll kind of float around. If you jump, you'll float, and you'll jump really high.
Eat shit,
And if you sprint for a long time, it'll make you jump forward. And the zombies act differently as well. They kind of float around. They jump at you. So there's that too, as well as having no oxygen. There's the first teddy bear for the music Easter egg. You hit 3 of them, you get a song to play, like always, like with every other map. There's the power. There's the bottom of the teleporter. So above that, you have to access another way, but there is the teleporter that you use to go back to Earth. And you go back to Earth because, for a few reasons, for Pack-a-Punch, to get Juggernog or Speed Cola, or also just to get points. And that's the hacker. The hacker, unfortunately, it replaces your oxygen mask. And I think there's only one, so in multiplayer, only one person can have the hacker. But it is very useful. The hacker does a lot of things. I'll talk about that later, but here's where the these Nova Crawlers, they spawn again, like in Kino and also 5. So, and if you remember Kino der Toten, they spawn indoors, but in the one room that's outdoors, they don't spawn. And on 5, they spawn in the basement, but otherwise they don't. So it's the same here. In this map, they'll spawn on the moon only, not on Earth, but they'll also only spawn after the power's on and if it's indoors in the hallways of the space station.
Suddenly I feel like I'm in a
So out
really
here in the
bad movie.
biodome, which I just entered,
Really bad.
they won't spawn, which is nice. And
After a while.
But
these
it's
guys are kind of annoying. Like with Kino and 5, they explode when they die. They're small. They are weak, so it takes longer for them to more hits for them to kill you. But they are kind of small. They're kind of annoying, and they in this map on Moon they also teleport, so they can kind of dodge you. They can kind of cut you off too, even. So you have to be careful
Wish I
of
could
them
use tax katana.
teleporting around,
It's just
dodging your
good for
bullets, and
decoration, right?
cutting you off. That Bowie knife there, it's kind of up on the ceiling. It's hard to get, and it's a bit easier with gravity. When you don't turn on the power, you're still able to float around. Because once you turn on the power, then the you lose your you don't float around, of course. You get gravity back. So when you turn the power on, the gravity comes on indoors. And also in the biodome, of course, the gravity is back. So the physics are kind of back to normal. It's still hard to jump for the Bowie knife, even with without the gravity, so I just don't bother. I just turn the power and grab it. Just jump up with without the gravity, or with the gravity.
No hugs, Buttercup.
Biodome is the best place to hang out, to run circles, to kill zombies in, because it's so big, it's so wide open. It's very easy, and the Nova Crawlers won't spawn either. And the Hellhounds, they only spawn on Earth, they don't spawn on the moon at all. So the biodome is, I think, by far the best place to spend most of your time in, killing zombies.
Can't believe I get paid to have this much fun.
There are also power-ups that occasionally spawn in the biodome, up on the jumping pads, which you saw. You have to be careful with the jump pads, though, because you can die from fall damage, unless you have PhD Flopper, of course. After that, you can use the jump pads with no fear of dying, but if you don't have Flopper, you can possibly die from fall damage if you don't land on the next pad, and then at the end you'll land on a cushion,
Time for a breather.
and it won't hurt you. But if you fall off the jump pads, you get hurt. And if you jump and then miss the pad and fall from really high up, you'll just completely die. If you don't have Juggernog, you'll die even if you just sort of slide off that pad. Like that. That doesn't kill you if you have Juggernog, but if you don't have Juggernog, it will kill you. It's really helpful to get points to have the Bowie knife. You can get it really early on because you don't have to spend your points on Juggernog, because you'll have gotten it on Earth. So you'll rack up a lot of points. And I'll end up using the points later on when I come back to Earth to Pack-a-Punch and everything. This map has every perk. It has 8 in total, because Mule Kick is a new perk to Moon, but also when they patched this game, they added Mule Kick into every map for whatever reason. Mule Kick, of course, is the perk, which it costs 4,000 points, but you're able to get 3 weapons, and you hold 3 weapons at the same time. So it's very helpful, but there is a downside, which is if you die, you will lose your 3rd weapon. So that's kind of annoying. If you have a Pack-a-Punched weapon and you lose it when you die, it's that's a really bad thing. But if you don't die, it is very helpful to have 3 weapons. I prefer to get other perks anyway. It's 4,000 points, it's expensive, but if you really like it, you can get it. I like to get stamina up just because it's, just because moving fast is very helpful. It speeds things up in general, and it's easier when you're running circles and everything, trying to get from one point of the map to another. And Flopper, of course, you get that too because it's extremely useful. I'd recommend always getting Juggernog and Quick Revive no matter what in single player. Juggernog in single player or multiplayer, you should always get Juggernog. That's the best perk in the game.
Need to round up some rounds.
Flopper is one of the best perks as well when used with the starting pistols upgraded. It's a very, very effective combination. So there's the teleporter. It takes you back to Earth.
Really?
And you saw that in that room there. Because you're outdoors, you start to suffocate. So you have to teleport very quickly before you die, unless you have your mask on. But I like to have the hacker when I go back to Earth, so I can do that. That's one of the uses of the hacker. You hack the Pack-a-Punch, and it will it'll give you a wall to
Initial.
keep the zombies away while you pack a bunch of your guns.
I don't think he was kidding
And you
about
can
his
sort of
Me? I go
have a space where they won't attack you at all for a while. Stuck outside the wall, so kind of helpful. And it gives you points too, so you might as well do it. You get 1,000 points for hacking the Pack-a-Punch. So when the gates open and they run for you, be ready to kill them all really quickly. It's easy enough to do with when I have the Mustang and Sally upgraded starting pistol. So much easier. You come back to Earth and you have a Pack-a-Punch guns and a Bowie knife. It's a lot easier than at the beginning of the game. For a long time on Earth, you can kill the Hellhounds with one Bowie knife hit, so that's very effective. Right now I'm just staying on Earth, hanging out here to get more points, because the rounds don't go by. So it's an especially effective way to rack up points.
Meat puppets.
never gets.
Oh! Booyah! Trouble no more, sister. Eat, let, love it, Stumpy!
The AK-74U, it's a very good gun to Pack-a-Punch and to use in general, because when it's upgraded, it's got 40 shots in a magazine, and it's got a lot of ammo in general that you can buy off the wall, and it's good for points because when you get headshots, well, get more points for headshots, of course, and it does a lot of damage. It's an effective weapon in general. And the Mustang and Sally is good, of course, because, especially combined with Flopper, because it's extremely effective at killing zombies. It does a lot of damage, and with Flopper the splash damage won't hurt you. There's no risk of you killing yourself. So you can shoot zombies at point blank range and it won't hurt you or kill you. So I'm going here, kind of backtracking from the power room to spawn, just to get and that's just a music Easter egg. And then there's Semtex grenades and stamina up in this room.
Awesome!
Everyone should own a couple of
Another
these.
thing that the hacker can do is that you can hack perk machines so that when you have a perk, you can give it back, and you lose the perk, but you get some of your points back.
Air!
And you do that just... You can do that if you want, just if you want to change up your perks, if you want to
Hey,
trade out a perk for a new one, you can actually put it back in the machine by using the hacker, which is interesting. Can be situationally useful.
Hold breath.
And that announcement that you just heard, that was on the moon there are excavators that will once in a while they'll drill into certain rooms and break them open. And what that will do is make it an outdoor area, which will take away the gravity, which changes the physics and kills you if you don't have your mask on. So you can fix that by hacking the machines before the excavators start digging into the rooms. And all of the stations to hack are located in the spawn room. There's 3 in total.
Need to get to air.
I think the areas are... This area is one. This is one area that they will try to dig into, and another one is
For me!
on the other side of the path to power. Then the third one, this is the one that you especially have to be careful of, is the one that breaks into the biodome and changes that into a no-gravity zone. So I definitely prefer to have gravity and to not suffocate in space. So I like to hack the terminals. And you get points as well. Generally with the hacker you always get points for hacking stuff for using it. There are many uses for the hacker. You can even hack doors. It takes a long time, but it lets you open doors for free. And you can hack perks, or no, not perks, but you can hack perks, but I talked about that already. But the power-ups you can hack to change it into a max ammo, which is extremely helpful in late rounds, or in general when you're out of ammo. You can also hack the mystery box, and I'll talk more about that later, and you'll actually see it in use, but that's another thing that you can do. So, right now it's really simple, because it's only round 10, and I have 2 pack-punched guns, 3 perks. I'm about to get Flopper as well. Semtex, Claymores, almost everything I need. And so, very effective, being able to go back to Earth and rack up points, and also at the very beginning of the game, before round 1 even, being able to get Juggernaut and get points.
That's what I'm talking about.
And so now the only thing left to collect is the wonder weapon of this map, which is the wave gun / zap gun, and it's a 2-in-1 weapon. You'll see more of it later, but it's a good weapon. It's very cool, and it only shows up on Moon in this level. I'll talk more about it later. Let me see. It's that astronaut right there. I haven't even talked about him yet, but he's like an astronaut zombie or human or whatever he is, I don't know, but he's there. He takes a lot of damage compared to a regular zombie. Not as much as, you know, George Romero, of course, from Call of Dead, but he is stronger than other zombies. But he's very slow. He'll very slowly float towards you, and but be extremely careful not to ever let him touch you, because if he touches you, what he'll do is he'll grab you and teleport you to another point of the map, and that will hurt you and give you a red screen. You'll be almost dead. So he hurts you until you're almost dead and teleports you. But that's not even the worst part. He'll also steal a random perk from you, which very frequently is Juggernog. Sometimes he won't take Juggernog, but a lot of the time he'll steal your Juggernog, and that's very bad, because on this map, on Moon, you have to go back to Earth to get Juggernog, and it only spawns every other time you go to Earth. So potentially, he'll take away your Juggernog, and then you have to go back to the Earth twice to get your Juggernog back. And that's very difficult, because it's easy for zombies to kill you in 2 hits while you're waiting for the teleporter to cool down so you can go back to Earth. And then when you go to Earth and teleport back to Moon, you end up at spawn and you have to go all the way back to the teleporter and wait for it. So it's horrible if the astronaut takes your Juggernog. So be extremely careful with him. Luckily, he's very slow, and you just have to make sure he doesn't touch you. He won't run at you, he'll just float very slowly. And you might as well kill him if you see him, because if you kill him, he won't show up again for a while. He'll be off the map for a while, and he'll respawn eventually. But it's good to kill him, because it gives you points and everything. I think it is points. It also kills all the zombies that are around him, because he explodes when he dies. You'll also notice that he has a name on him, and this name is random. It'll just give him a random username if you're playing single player. But if you're playing multiplayer, this is really cool. He'll actually have the name of someone on your friends list. So it'll take a name from your friends list if you're playing multiplayer, and it's like he's playing, and he's the astronaut guy, the zombie. So that's pretty cool. And then if you kill him, he'll respawn again under a different name, so it'll be a different person on your friends list. So You can sort of keep, killing your friends when you're playing multiplayer. When you're playing single player, though, it's just a random name. So, I just like to call the guy Moon Man. But, his name is random when you're playing single player.
Nice. I won't have to smell nickel.
There's the mystery box. I had to, and of course the mystery box spawn is random. So there's multiple places where it can start out. But, in this case, it's outdoors, so I had to give away the hacker. It does respawn back again where you left it, though. Or where you pick it up in the first place. It goes back there.
Party time, freak bags.
To one of the tables in that room. That hallway.
200 yards and one happy Dempsey.
Unfortunately, right now I can't use the hacker on the mystery box because it's outdoors and
Look out!
I would
Tanks
suffocate.
armed to the nines. Oh, my kneecap!
But eventually you'll get a teddy bear so that it will respawn, and then you can
Nice. MG.
you can grab the hacker again. I think there's 4 spawn points for the mystery box. There's the one here, and then there's one in the biodome, and then there's one in the power room, and one in the spawn room. So, 2 of those places are indoors, and 2 of them are outdoors. This place and the power are outdoors, and then the spawn room and the biodome room are indoors. So those 2 spawns you can use the hacker at.
Perfect. Later, box.
Another thing the hacker can do is that you can hack wall weapons and sort of switch the points around so that you can buy pack-a-punch ammo for cheaper for the price of an unpack-punched gun. So that's extremely helpful. I think you have to buy the gun first, so once you have the gun you can hack it so that it flips it over and then it makes the points reversed so that you can rebuy ammo on your pack-punched gun for the price of an unpack-punched weapon. So pretty useful. It's kind of boring right now because I'm just using the box over and over for the wave gun with a crawler. But eventually I will get it. There's another box spawn, of course. Right now, this is where I take quite a bit of time looking for the box, just because I didn't know at the time of doing this gameplay that it could spawn in the starting room. Because it's just never happened to me before in all my time playing this map, playing Moon. So I spent a bit of time just looking around for it here, but at least you get to see this room. Also, if I knew that it could spawn in that area, I would have gotten the hacker. But I do use it later because it ends up in the biodome. There's another teddy bear right there. So that's the 3rd one. So if you hit that, then you get the music Easter egg to play.
See a flying tank. My fantasy, your nightmare. This box loves Dempsey.
This map, like every map after, since Ascension, has an Easter egg, a very long Easter egg. And I'm pretty sure this one requires 4 people to complete the Easter egg, so you have to have a 4-player game going.
I think Ray wants to say hello.
But it's a very long Easter egg, and this is kind of a spoiler, but If you have played Black Ops 2 Zombies, you'll know what happens. When you complete the Easter egg on this level, Dr. Richtofen, he will actually blow up the Earth from the moon. He'll completely destroy the planet. And that's why in Black Ops 2, when you play Transit and Die Rise and all these maps, you'll see you're playing in this kind of post-apocalyptic planet, where the Earth is on fire. There's fire everywhere. Everything's been blown up. That's because on Moon, Richtofen blows up the planet. So that's why Black Ops 2 is the way it is. That's what will happen if you accomplish the Easter egg. It will also change the effects of when you go back to Earth on this level on Moon. If you go back to the Earth, it'll sort of change the atmosphere. Just a graphic change. That's kind of cool.
No hugs, Buttercup! Space freak!
Whenever Moon Man shows up, you can kill him very easily with the Mustang Sally. It does tons of damage to him, and I think the ray gun can kill him too. But he is immune to the wave gun and zap gun. So when you're using the wonder weapon, of course it's very good against regular zombies, but it won't do damage to him. He's immune to lightning effects and the wave gun effect. So just use the Mustang and Sally, though. It's extremely good at killing him quickly, so that he's not a problem. This map, it comes in a map pack, which is the, I think the 4th map pack to come out in Black Ops 1 Zombies. And it was especially a Zombies map pack, and not just a regular one where you get, typically you'll get 1 Zombies map and like 4 multiplayer maps just for Call of Duty Online. But with this map pack, you get Moon, plus you get the 4 World at War maps that are remastered versions. So yeah, all 4, Naxxra Antone, Varuk, Shilonuma, Therese, all of them are come with this map pack, and they're remastered. So it's similar to the World at War version, but of course it's different because it's Black Ops and it has those physics and graphics. So the war weapons are the same as they are in World at War, but what you get out of the mystery box is our Black Ops weapons out of the mystery box. So on one end you won't get the you know, the PPSH or the MG42 or, you know, classic weapons like that, but you will get wall weapons like Type 100, MP40, Thompson. You'll get those weapons still, and you'll get Black Ops box weapons. So you'll get like the ballistic knife, crossbow, the HK and RPK, the G11, all that. So, yeah, I can't tell if the ray gun does damage to him or not. Anyway, yeah, they're slightly different maps, but they are effectively the same as they are in World at War. So they also, like with every other map, they patched Mule Kick into every map. So even on Nox Frontone, which has absolutely no perks, it still has Mule Kick when you want 3 weapons. They also gave you the Thunder Gun in Nox Frontone and the Winter's Howl on Farouk. So, Nocturne Tone and Kino, those are the maps where you get Thunder Gun. Oh, and Ascension as well. The Winter's Howl is only available in Farouk and on 5. 5 is the one where you'll be able to pack a punch it. There's no pack a punch on Farouk, so you just get the Winter's Howl. And same with the Thunder Gun. You won't be able to upgrade it on Nox Frontone, but it is a very good weapon, and it kind of makes up for not having any Juggernog. You'll also be able to get Monkey Bombs because they're mystery box items, so in every World at War remastered map, you'll be able to get Monkey Bombs.
Can't breathe.
So the gameplay is very similar to what they are in World at War on these levels. I've done commentaries on the World at War maps.
Can't breathe.
That was annoying. Getting the hacker and going to the box
There
just to
goes
get
the
a
box
teddy bear
again.
instantly. Oh well.
This really sucks.
Can't breathe.
PES active.
I wish someone would make a fully automatic sniper rifle. Might defeat the purpose, but sure would be cool.
I don't know if I've ever said this before, but when you have the ballistic knife and the Bowie knife, it will increase the damage on when you knife with the ballistic knife, because
Ray gun.
you saw it in the, it's actually animated. You'll see him, your guy, holding the Bowie knife, which is attached to the ballistic knife. So on his right hand he'll have the knife that he
Doesn't says
shoots,
hello
but
like
also on
several
In his left hand, he's got the Bowie knife, so it actually does even more damage than the regular Bowie knife when you melee with the ballistic knife when you have it.
Throwing rocks works too.
If you don't have Bowie knife, the ballistic knife will just be stronger than your regular knife, but weaker than Bowie knife. The strongest possible melee weapon is the ballistic knife with the Bowie knife attached to it.
Warning. Excavator Omicron will cause decompression of Tunnel 11.
Hey, that dig rig's coming.
How do you shoot this piece of crap?
The Spectre is a very, it's a weak weapon and it runs out of ammo quickly, but it is good for getting a lot of points very quickly. It's got a high rate of fire and it's automatic. It's definitely better when it's upgraded, but still not that strong compared to other automatic weapons. It's helpful though just to empty out your ammo and just get a lot of points.
Where'd they go?
There's the Gerst device from Ascension, makes a comeback in this map. It's kind of fitting with the whole moon theme. I think they're just available on Ascension and Moon. I don't think they show up in any of the World at War remasters either. The Matryoshka dolls, which are the Russian dolls, where they there's a smaller doll inside of a bigger doll that
Bring it, maggot addicts. It's time to die.
hard to describe, but it's basically a doll inside another doll inside another doll. And you throw them and they blow up, and they...
Oh yeah, I'm the man.
But when the Matryoshka doll blows up, then the other dolls pop out and they also blow up, and it's kind of a chain reaction of explosions. That's another item that you can get in Ascension and also Call of the Dead.
Lungs giving out.
On the moon they have another tactical grenade type item instead of Kino and 5 where you have monkey bombs, Ascension where you have Gerst device and Matryoshkas. Call of the Dead you just get Matryoshkas. And on Moon you get the Gerst device and I think it's called the QED or something, and it's a really weird item. You throw it and it does something completely random. Sometimes it blows up and kills zombies. Sometimes it drops a power up. Sometimes it does nothing. Sometimes it actually, the explosion hurts you. And that's a good example of the Mustang and Sally bailing you out when you get cornered. You can sort of blow up all the zombies and escape. It's like the Thunder Gun almost, it's that good. It just does so much damage that it kills every zombie that's in front of you.
Sayonara, zombitches.
I use the Gerst device, kind of just for fun there. It's very cool. And also, if you use the Gerst device and you yourself jump into the portal, it will teleport you to another point on the map. Pretty sure if you are on Earth and use it though, it'll just teleport you to another point on Earth. I've never actually tested this before, but I don't think it will teleport you to the moon. Correct me if I'm wrong though. Yeah, I'm just getting more and more points here because I've been unlucky so far with getting the wave gun.
Need to find some ammo. Need to round up some rounds. This thingy actually does something that doesn't suck.
Excavator Omicron. Control restored.
Need to get to air. Hey, why are my guns so light? Hint. Right, Brett.
Reactivate.
Need to get to air.
It's mess-making time. Shit.
I think it's completely random which table the hacker will spawn on. Throughout this room there's
All
a
this
bunch of
newfangled
tables and the hacker will
technology is
show up on one of them.
Good gun and a cigar. And one that doesn't talk back.
If you're playing multiplayer and you really want the hacker, you should try and get it before someone else does. So here's where you can hack the mystery box. So when you hack it, it costs 600 points, so it's cheaper than using the box again, and it gives you a reroll. And then when you hack it a second time, it gives it that blue glow, and I think you're able to actually let a teammate take the gun, which is interesting. Here's the QED I was talking about earlier. I got it just to sort of show off what it does. I think the Gerst device is actually better. More consistent, at least. But anyway, you can see it. You use the box, you hack it once, and when you hack it the second time, you also get your points back. You get 950 points back. So,
Cold steel. Let's get this done.
effectively, you can use the mystery box twice for only 600 points. So it saves so many points on, spamming the mystery box. You can use it so many more times without using all your points. Make sure that you hack it twice, because if you hack it only once, you can save a bit. You save 350 points by opening the box once and then doing a 600 point reroll. But if you're playing single player, you don't even risk someone else, a teammate, sneaking up behind you, grabbing your gun. So, single player, you don't have to worry about that. So you can just hack it twice, and then on the second hack, it'll give you 950 points back. So, great way to save points and go through the box.
Ooh, shiny. Always wanted two guns at the same time. Crap. Hey guys, the box is taking off! Whoa, that's cool.
Right there, I just threw it just for fun, and it blew up like a regular grenade. So nothing special happened there. There are many different results you can get out of throwing it.
Breathe.
You can even get a weapon. A weapon will spawn a random weapon. You can even get a ray gun by throwing it, and then a ray gun power-up will pop up, and you can grab it. So it's a good, easy way to get a ray gun.
Can't breathe.
Sometimes you'll also throw it, and it will have a ray gun effect where it will shoot lasers out in a circle, firing ray gun shots at all the zombies around it.
Need to get to air.
Another thing about Moon is that with the teleporter that takes you to the moon and back,
This
and back to Earth as well, that with those two teleporters, you have to have your teammates standing on it at the same time as well. And there it is, the wave gun slash zap gun.
This is the best thing I've seen since the
It's a
M1
2-in-1 weapon. It works that way by having a
Sock.
as if it's like a grenade launcher, where you press left on the D-pad and it will change weapons. But instead of just being a grenade launcher, it's a completely different weapon. It has the appearance of two pistols, but then you can put the guns together and create one bigger gun, which has the wave gun effect, which you'll see. It's crazy. And the zap guns, it's dual wield pistols, and it's got kind of like a Wonderwaffe effect, where it will I think it does infinite damage. So it does the lightning like the Wonderwaffe, and it zaps one zombie. It's got no chain reaction, but you can spam shots. It's got I think 8 shots in a magazine in each pistol, and it's got reserve ammo too, so you can spam shots too. That's what the wave gun does. The zombies blow up. They float in the air. They expand. They get inflated, and then they pop. It's crazy. And the zap guns just zap them, of course. And like I said before, Moon Man is immune to the wave gun and the zap gun effects, so don't try to shoot him with it. But with regular zombies, it will kill them. And with the Nova Crawlers as well, they will float up in the air and inflate and pop. So, yeah. And then the Hellhounds, it kills them instantly as well, but they didn't make an animation for it. They'll just instantly explode.
I'm on a roll. Have a seat, freak junkies.
I guess it was too violent to blow up a dog or something. I guess people wouldn't like to see that. Anyway.
Nuke!
Although in Shangri-La you do kill baby zombies.
meat. Hoorah! Bleed! Who else wants some of this?
I was talking about the teleporter before, but yeah, if you're playing multiplayer, all of your teammates have to stand on it at the same time to get it to go off. Yeah, which is a good and a bad thing, because your teammate can't jump on the teleporter by himself and leave you. That was kind of a problem with the pack punch in Kino der Toten. People would just go to the pack punch room by themselves and teleport away without you and leave you there. So people didn't like that, but it's also annoying though, because especially if you're playing with random people and they don't have mics, you can't really cooperate with them, and they won't teleport with you, and it can be very difficult to even ever go back to Earth, because they won't go to the teleporter. They won't make it to the room even where you get to teleport. So that's the one thing that I really don't like about Moon, besides the astronaut that steals your Juggernaut. That can be incredibly annoying, but hopefully you just won't let him catch you. Sometimes he'll be around a corner though, and you'll go around a corner, you'll go through one of those tiny rooms where you get your oxygen masks, and he'll just pop up out of nowhere and grab your Juggernaut. So that those two things, that and the teleporter requiring all of your teammates to use at the same time. That's what I don't like about Moon, but otherwise it's a very fun map. The Wonder Weapon is very cool and very good, and I like the map in general, the atmosphere, and that it's on the moon. It's a cool idea.
Blackjack, freak sacks, you lose.
And it's got a nice, Easter egg. And it's got the Earth where you are able to, train zombies at the very beginning of the game before round 1.
I'd hate to clean that up. Boom!
So it's a good map, other than those. Overall, I think it's a great map. It depends what you think. Some people don't like Moon for those reasons. Same with Shangri-La. The one problem with Shangri-La is the pack-a-punch, requiring all of your teammates to stand on the rocks at the same time. Of course, these aren't real problems in single player, because you can just pack-a-punch whenever you want, you can teleport whenever you want. And when you're playing with your friends also, it's not a problem, because you can actually cooperate with them. You have a mic, they have a mic. You can just work out between you when to pack-a-punch, when to teleport. But with random people that either don't have a mic or are, I don't know, trolling you or something, it can be annoying.
This is awesome!
It can be impossible at times.
of this! Cook, motherfucker! Cook!
So overall, the wave gun is a lot better than the zap gun, but it has a lot less ammo. It only has a few shots. It's a nice weapon though to have. Equipped while you're running around, and when you have every zombie all in one place, you can kill every zombie on the map with one shot if you have them close enough together. Just like with the thunder gun, weapons like that. The zap gun is very effective at killing one zombie at a time, and no matter how late the round, it will kill them in one hit, which is great. Wave gun is the same. It will kill them in one shot, no matter what. So just use them both, have fun. It's a great weapon. I keep Mustang and Sally around as well because it's still very good at getting you out of trouble when you're surrounded, although the wave gun can do that as well.
Sweet! Stay off of me!
So right there it spawned at double points. So yeah, you can get any, I think you can get any power up when you use the QED. If you throw it and it gives you a power up, you can get a double points. I think you can even get a max ammo out of it. And then of course if you have the hacker, you can just hack whatever power up spawns from it to get a max ammo.
Drop dead!
It makes this map easy for, you know, pro zombies players that get super high rounds, go to rounds 100, because it's, when you get to really late rounds, the only problem is running out of ammo, and it's really helpful to be able to turn any power-up you get into a max ammo.
You guys keep coming, I'll keep killing.
This is definitely one of the easier maps in zombies, at least later on once you're all set up. The biodome is very easy for training zombies, and the wave gun is very good. This map is hard though to get set up, and it's complicated. You have to learn where everything is, how to use the hacker and all that, how to go to the moon and back.
Why is it so slow?
How to get lots of points on Earth while you're at the beginning of the game. There's just a lot going on in this map. Once you figure everything out, once you get to the high round and get all your items, it's very easy. Once you got the wave gun and the Mustang and Sally, of course, with Blopper. It's very good. It's overpowered, even like with every other map it's in. Ascension, Call of the Dead, Shangri-La, Moon. You might as well get it on every map that it's available in.
Have a seat, freak junkies.
There's no real reason that I'm on Earth right now other than just for fun, because once you have everything you need, and you don't need to get points, you might as well just stay on the moon and get to high rounds, but, because what I'm doing right now is pointless. The rounds don't pass. So I'm just spending extra time and ammo. But this is just for fun because I'm not going for a high rounds.
I am not the mailman!
This just shows though how effective the zap gun, wave gun is. Yeah, it's nice to be able to one-shot the hellhounds forever.
Back to hell, freak dog! Whoa! Awesome! Smells like breakfast.
Pack-a-punching the wave gun will just give it more ammo, and it will, the magazine size will be bigger, so that you'll get 4 shots with the wave gun before you have to reload. Which makes it as good, if not even better, than the Mustang Sally at saving you when you're surrounded, because you can spam it at zombies and it will cook them all, make them blow up. The zap guns also get 12 shots each. Each pistol has 12 shots before you have to reload.
Need to get to
So
air.
this is the last map in Black Ops 1 Zombies. So, for commentaries, I think Black Ops 2 would be next. So, I'll do at least one Black Ops 2 commentary, which would be definitely Mob of the Dead, because that's my favorite map. But I might do more as well, maybe Town Survival or Die Rise, but we'll see. Might even end up doing them all eventually. But anyway, that's what's coming up next. So yeah, that's it for this commentary. I'll see you next time.